So I agree with you that everyone needs a plan. I think people should be prepped in order to have a functional relationship, and a lot of times you need to see that mirror. But to answer the question that's specifically being asked at the bottom, how can a child become a productive member of society when they feel obligated to their parents? I think that's where the tangent is coming from. Is to let go why it's veering toward the parents. So I would like to answer that question though, and I understand your point. So don't take, what I believe. So I heard Prince Ellis say before that the nuclear family destroyed the family. And I didn't understand what she was talking about when she said it. I'm like, nuclear family destroyed the family. That don't even make no sense. I think what she was saying though was, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, she was talking about man, woman, dog, child being an isolated unit. And that was the destruction of a family when it was intergenerational. So you would have a grandma, a mother, maybe a aunt, a uncle, a cousin that stayed with y'all, where you had collective, like collective generational family within a household. To me, I think that's the ideal way to do things when you have that many people pulling together resources, time, assistance, help, wisdom, all type of things, because y'all all there and you could benefit from learning from somebody older instead of isolating yourself. And you have latchkey kids where your kids is at home by themselves for 3 to 4 hours a day, and nobody's there to like keep an extra eye. It's essentially creating a village within the home, in a village that cares for your child, as long as everybody's a productive member. I think within that, you still can have extremely productive children that can leave a full and healthy lifestyle. But to your point, everybody does need to be prepped to pair and find a spouse. I think that's the ideal situation. And I would prefer to add an extension to my home than my child move away. I'm not putting my kids out. That's not my plan.
And I just want to say this. Do you realize that's going to keep everybody unmarried? Because
Not
if,
not
if, if,
necessarily.
if the mindset is for everybody to live in the same house, whoever is in the house ain't finna go get a mate because they are programmed to be in the same. What are you talking about?
No, they can absolutely get a mate.
Oh,
So they would have to find somebody that believed in intergenerational household.
So he gonna come live with y'all?
We could build an addition to the house. It's extra land.
No.
That's how you want to live.
compound.
Hell.
I
Everybody
would,
got a house on the
yeah,
compound.
I would
This shit
prefer.
is crazy.
I would
Well,
Everybody has a
prefer to
house
have
on
my
the compound.
people. So when I grew up, right?
Somebody can move next door to you, around the corner from you, but all these goddamn people live in the house. You know damn well somebody gonna have some kids. Are you crazy? See, this
Look.
was messed up with black people.
No, okay, Miss Lego. How many bedrooms you got in your house?
6.
How many people live there?
Me, just me.
You don't think that's a problem? And that's what's messed up with black people?
No.
Okay.
And the reason why is y'all already know I have no problem with dating a woman who has a child. So if I meet a woman with 2 kids or whatever, her and the 2 kids could move in and everybody's happy. So I'm in a position where I can extend my family unit out. So think about that.
How long you been in that position
What you mean?
to extend your family out? How long have you been in a position where you can extend your family out?
Well, if I haven't found the right woman, none of that matters. I'm not gonna just move some random woman in here just because I got all the room.
Wait, so you got a 6-bedroom house to get a single mom? That's what you're saying?
No,
That's what you
no.
said.
Okay. One of the reasons why I got one of the reasons why I have a 6-bedroom house is to put my inventory in the house. So my inventory takes up at least one whole room. Okay, my inventory of card games. So I look at my house somewhat as a warehouse also. So you got to look at I got t-shirts, I got hoodies, I got card games, I got supplies in order to ship them. So I have a shipping area also. So
But you still
I
have a
look at-
large enough house to build a family out.
Yes, but I have yet to build the family out, but I'm willing to do that. So that's what I'm saying.
You also got to remember
but
his
people
kids are also
in a
grown, so
generational household
he's
and
already
still
built his
spend
family.
it and go out and still get a home and do their own thing because they have the funds to be able to do it, because they saved their money to be able to purchase a home once they got married and went out and got with somebody. It's like it can yes affect you if you feel like you're so completely tied that you're not able to get an education, that you're not able to get a job that fully funds the things that you need to do to be able to take it. But like that's how it can affect you. If you're giving too much of yourself to where you're not educating yourself, if you're not going out and doing something, if you're not trying to find a husband or whatever, or being open to having a husband or whatever that looks like you got to make enough to be able to do the things that you need to do.
And another thing, just for the record, I'm in a position where if my kids fall on hard times because they on their own, they got somewhere to stay also.
Yeah, y'all got to remember his kids are already grown. So the family that he's talking about is already past that. He built that already. He raised his kids to be productive members of society. So him having a 6-bedroom house, he uses for whatever the hell he want to use it for. But he's in a position where, like he said, if his kids need a place to stay, he got 6 bedrooms for them.
So Sweeney, look, my grandfather moved from Arkansas to Chicago, right? Like during, that time in history, right? And they were sharecropping, and he brought his brothers and his wives, brothers and sisters into the home. They all moved in to the building he had bought, and they lived like one big family. They're the closest people that within that family unit, because they don't look at each other as cousins, aunts, and uncles and all the other stuff. It's like brothers and sisters for that whole generation of people, no matter how old you were or how young you were. The sense of unity that they have is much different than any other family members that did not grow up in their house. I think him setting that example to me, because I also view him as an ideal man as far as being a pillar for that many different people within the house. And he was able to the point he was able to produce extremely successful children in the middle of the West Side of Chicago, in the drug epidemic, just by him being that person.
We're gonna have Sweeney respond, and let's get Jasmine in on the topic.
Marcus, the thing about what you're saying is that, and this is what's wrong with what Princella said. She said the nuclear family destroyed the community. No, rugged individualism destroyed the community, because nuclear family created community. Just because they all didn't live in the same house don't mean that they all didn't live in the same community. So even if like 2 parents worked, their cousin was the one that ran the daycare center. Their cousin was the one that was teaching them. They built community, so everybody still had their own house and still was within the same area as one another. But what happened was that rugged individualism, where people started splitting up, is what created that problem. The nuclear family didn't do that.
The premise was that the separation from the intergenerational family was the offshoot of the nuclear family. I agree that the nuclear family needs to exist as far as mother, brother, or mother, child, father, and a dog. But I think they should also be more connected than they are right now.
Well, they were at one point, but that wasn't because they was all in the same house. It was because they all stayed within the same community.
Are we closer to what'd you say, rugged individualism now, or intergenerational?
We are extremely rugged individualistic.
And what preceded this era from intergenerational?
It wasn't. You can't say that that nuclear family led to rugged individualism. No, rugged individualism is its own separate entity.
Well, what I'm saying is that's the separation from there. There was a point in between from the intergenerational households to being rugged individualists. There's something in between.
Well, you're trying to draw the line through making the nuclear family the problem or the catalyst for that, and that's not true.
Again, I'm saying the nuclear family is not the problem, right? I agree that should exist. I'm not saying that shouldn't exist. What I'm saying is we're closer to the rugged individualism than we are the intergenerational households. That's what I'm saying.
But that's like blaming marriage for the divorce. It's not the marriage, it's the people that's conducting it.
Because they're rugged individuals.
Rugged individualism is the problem, not the nuclear family.
Right.